All right, meteorologist Zach Scott here with a winter weather update alongside Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge and meteorologist Stephen Elmore. We're going to give you some updates here. We're talking temperatures, and you can see some of them right here behind me. Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge is going to talk about these here in a second. We got temperatures to talk about. We got snow coming down, and it is some big flakes in parts of Five Country. And we've got some rain coming down. We got the storm system really just starting right now, and we've still got the rest of the afternoon. We've got the evening. We've got the overnight hours, and then we'll really start to wrap it up, I would think, between 1 to 4 a.m. That's when most of the area is likely going to be cleared from the brunt of the storm system. And we're still going to have to deal with likely some lingering flurries, some snow showers are going to be possible not only through Wednesday morning, which was something we were thinking earlier this week or even this weekend. It looks like now we're still going to have enough lift in the atmosphere that we will see some lingering snow showers on Wednesday. All right, here's a look at the radar right now. Again, big dynamic storm system, counterclockwise swirl there. You can see our upper level low. The actual front and the low pressure at the surface is way off towards the south. But this is the perfect track if you're wanting snow in January and February. You want a good snowstorm for parts of Oklahoma and a good portion of Arkansas. You need a storm system to dip down through the desert southwest and lift off towards the northeast. So we've got a lot of rain that's been coming in. We've seen a lot here on radar the last couple hours, though a lot of it wasn't reaching the ground. A lot of dry air just above our head, but the air masses become more saturated now, and now we're seeing all the precipitation really start to make its way down to the ground. Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge is going to start talking about some of these temperatures, and he's also got a look at some tower cams for us. Matt, what are you seeing?
Hey, Zach, we're tracking some of that decent snow now moving in, but it's all been about temperature. Temperature has been crucial. For this system, you need temperatures to be about 36, 37, or below in order to get that snowfall. So when you're looking at the temperature map right now, we're getting close to that threshold in northwest Arkansas. We're starting to get some half-melted snowflakes across Fayetteville. What's going on is we've got the cold air upstairs, but we have this warmer air right above the ground. But since it's shallow, most of these snowflakes can still survive right through it. So we're getting closer to those thresholds in northwest Arkansas. We got a nice east breeze coming in from the mountains. If we head south into the river valley, that's where we've got temperatures that are all over the place. Fort Smith, we're still getting that heavy rain, and that's what Zach's tracking on the radar for you. Still some rain across Sequoia County and then back east to Johnson County. But you look at your temperatures farther south, the elevation starts to go back up the farther south you go outside of Fort Smith. So Poto, we're at 36. We're getting reports of big, fat, wet snowflakes falling right now in and around Pirate Country, Pecola, Summerfield, Waldron. We've got places just outside Waldron. For example, Blansett in Scott County, we are completely snow covered right now. We've got about an inch of snow already, and we're going to pick up several more inches. But right along the river, we still have some of those upper 30s. We're going to watch temperatures slowly go down throughout the afternoon. We'll make that transition over to some snow. I think we also have some cameras. This is a live look in Pecola. It might be hard to see, but we've got kind of these half-melted snowflakes coming down. You can see what's left of them that kind of hit the screen there a little bit and then completely melt. So what we're talking about is not ice, nothing like that. We've got snowflakes that are falling in the warm air, and they melt and melt and melt, and there's still a little bit left over that ice snow crystal kernel right in the middle that you're still seeing. But still, roadways are completely wet there. As you're going on 271, you're looking towards Fort Smith. Lots of rain still falling at this time, but some snow is mixing in, and you get a little bit farther south from Pecola. Once you head on the old highway south towards Cameron and Pecola, and then right towards Poto, Howell, Heavener, that's where we have the snow right now reporting. Zach, you've got a little bit more from the radar and also some scenes across the area too.
Yeah, and we are, Matt, we're already getting a lot of pictures, a lot of videos coming in. This is a live look using RDOT here. I believe it's Highway 71. This is Scott County. This is just to the south of Waldron, between Bowles and Y City. This is down in the Ouachitas. And again, this is where we talked about the first areas to see a changeover from rain to some heavy snow, higher elevations of the Ouachitas, higher elevations of the Boston Mountains. And those are the two areas where we're seeing the snow really start to come down. But what a scene right there. Again, that's south of Waldron. We're really seeing some good snow LaFleur County over towards Scott County. Here's a look at the tunnel cam. The Bobby Hopper Tunnel. And again, we've been watching the snow coming down. Visibility is becoming a little bit more reduced here at times. Right now, it just looks like the roads are wet. The transition taking a little bit longer here. The air was a little bit drier. We saw the rain moving quicker off towards the south, so the air mass got a little more saturated, and the snow is certainly surviving the trip there again with the shot that we saw down in Scott County. Again, areas of LaFleur County, you worked closer to the river valley and closer to the Arkansas River. You're getting a little bit more rain mixed in. But yeah, we have plenty of snow that's been coming down a little bit here in the Boston Mountains. We think that this is going to continue to likely pick up in intensity, and we'll start to see it accumulating there. We've also had some snowflakes at times around Fayetteville, maybe even around Johnson a little bit. We've had some snowflakes mix in. It's mostly just been some rain. It's one of those where if you focus kind of quick there, I think I saw a few snowflakes off towards the side. Thank you, Stephen. You kind of see it a little bit right there. Yeah, those are some snowflakes mixing in. So the process is starting. Precipitation is going to continue to pick up, and we're going to see, again, rain switching over to snow. This is live look Springdale looking off towards the south. Again, we're definitely have some rain, but you see some of those, either some raindrops being picked up, I think even maybe some snowflakes mixing in too in parts of northwest Arkansas and parts of Springdale. So this is going to be the trend. We're just going to see more and more snow again showing up across the area, more and more video, more and more pictures coming in. We're going to see more of what we saw in Scott County south of Waldron. We're going to see more of that, snow-covered roadways really starting to pile up. Again, we're going to see some good snow totals, and it's starting pretty early. I mean, this is right on schedule, 1 o'clock or so. We were anticipating that, again, we would start to see this transition happening in two places, higher elevations of the Boston Mountains, and then down towards the south, higher elevations of the Ouachitas, LaFleur, Scott County. A lot showing up here on radar. Again, a lot of this was evaporating early on, falling through some dry air. So we switch over our radar here. What's showing up here? This is falling, okay? You see how there was a big gap there? We had that dry pocket right over northwest Arkansas. Nothing was reaching the ground. Now the atmosphere becoming more saturated. We're seeing those snow bands, and we're seeing some of that snow mix in with rain off towards the north. And you're really seeing, again, the bright spots showing up here. Those are those big snowflakes and some rain mixing together, especially closer to Fort Smith. The further south you go, you're getting some big-time snow falling from Poto over towards Waldron. So it's just going to continue to keep coming down for us. Again, we were just taking a live look with the tunnel tower cam there with RDOT I-49. That's over by Winslow, just off towards the west. So you can see we've got some light snow. Tapers off the further north you go. You're still getting some light showers, but you're just looking at mostly a lot more rain northwest Arkansas right now. Some snow mixing in. You've got some rain with some snow mixing in around portions of the river valley. The further south you start heading, southern half of Sebastian County, Huntington reporting snow. And then again, of course, you get into Scott County, and we're seeing some real heavy snow here. LaFleur, again, we're seeing some real heavy snow out towards the south. Again, looking at future track radar here in just a minute or two, we're just anticipating more precipitation building across the area, widespread mix, rain, some snow in some areas. And then as we continue to go over the next couple of hours, northwest Arkansas, again, we're going to see more snow taking over by late afternoon. I think 3, 4, 5 o'clock, we're going to start to really see a switch across northwest Arkansas. We're going to see more snow spreading out from the higher elevations of the Boston Mountains north towards Fayetteville, more snowflakes mixing in, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville, Bella Vista, Pea Ridge. And then for the River Valley too, we've already got widespread precipitation now. We're just going to continue to see that trend of more and more of that mix and that snow spreading north out of the Ouachitas, closing in on the river. I think the areas closest to the Arkansas River are going to see more rain mixing a little longer than areas just to your north and areas just to your south. Future Track Radar doing a good job picking up on the snow bands in Washington, Madison County. And then again, we're looking at the pink and blue showing up off towards the south. In the Ouachitas. Really good job here by Future Track Radar. It's overall the models, the data has really handled this storm system quite well, certainly helping us out. And as we continue to go deeper into the afternoon, we're seeing more of that mix spreading south of I-40. We're seeing the mix try to continue to spread north of I-40 into Benton, Washington, Madison, Carroll counties. By late afternoon, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, again, we should see more snow. There's plenty of moisture in the air, and we are going to see some really heavy bands mixing in across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. You can see where the Arkansas River is. You can see those lower elevations sandwiched right between the Boston Mountains to the north and the Ouachita Mountains to the south. This is the area, that stronghold, that last little area to give in. We still think you're going to see snow. We still think you're going to transition to snow, and we still think you're going to see some accumulation off towards the south. You're just going to see more the further north you are, and you're likely going to see more the further south you are, which of course makes sense. Waldron, Scott County already picking up on snow now. That's just going to add to those snow totals. We may have to even consider bumping up our snow totals off towards the south in Scott County. If it's already snowing that heavy right now, man, it could really pile up over the next several hours. We'll continue to watch it for you. Again, enough lift lingering in the atmosphere that we're going to have the chance for some snow showers as we go through the day tomorrow. Mainly northwest Arkansas areas north of I-40 have a better chance to see some flurries, hit or miss there, maybe a few little steadier snow bands trying to get going. But accumulation extra Wednesday will overall likely be less than an inch. So just some light accumulation on top of what we get as we go through the rest of your Tuesday. Again, Arkansas, River Valley, 1 to 3 inches, and then off towards the south, especially those higher elevations, we've got you at 3 to 6. We may have to go more 4 to 7. I wouldn't be shocked if we get some areas that are 7 to 8 inches if we get a few reports off towards the south. We generally think, though, you're going to see 3 to 6 inches south, and then the further north you are, 5 to 8 inches with locally higher amounts. Again, Boston Mountains, higher elevations, you're going to see that transition already happening now. It's going to give you more time to collect that snowfall and, again, give us the hazardous conditions as we go through the rest of the day. All right, we're going to continue to have coverage all across 5 country. We've got crews already spread out from the River Valley across northwest Arkansas. Again, we're going to have live coverage all day long. Just because we're not on air doesn't mean that we're not on social media, and we're going to continue to do updates throughout the entire evening, and then even overnight, early tomorrow morning. We're going to have updates for you even before our show starts tomorrow morning around 4:30 a.m. Of course, we'll have coverage across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, even through 5 News this morning, tomorrow from 4:30 to 7. So big event taking place for us. We're just now getting going. We're moving out of the forecasting. We're in the nowcasting now. So we'll continue to keep you updated as we go through the rest of your Tuesday. Be safe out there and make sure you stay tuned in